It's been wonderful sharing my day with you, and now I'm in a special place. This is the place where my adoptive mother lived. After she sold her home, she moved into the senior citizen building, and she lived here for many, many years. I had a wonderful life as a child, and my life was very, very secure. My mother, she loved me. My father, they took good care of me. And then one day, on our way home from school, Baba Jean pulled me to the side. And she whispered in my ear, "Miss Rosa is not your mother." And I listened, and I really didn't think about it, as I recall, but I did go home, and I said to my mother, "Mommy, Gloria Jean said, you're not my mother." And her reaction was so intense. And I can honestly say that is the day that I believe a little girl got an identity crisis. And so I searched in the house for papers over the years, and anyone who knew me as a child, as a teenager, even in college, could say that I was always saying, "I'm adopted, I'm adopted, I'm adopted." I guess I was obsessed with the fact that I was adopted. And I had cousins who really loved me, and I was just having a beautiful life. But I knew that somewhere there was a lady who was my mother. And I searched through the records that were available to me. And I searched and I searched and I searched for so many years. So many years. I was sad and I was unhappy because I wanted to know where was my mother. And then, to my amazement, I found her. Hi.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing just fine. How are you?
I am
I have to turn the
fine.
air back on.
Okay. Fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Are you comfortable?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so I'm going to sit down. And I was sharing my story
Okay.
that in the very same building where my adoptive mother lived, my biological mother also has found an apartment years and years and years and years later. 15 or 20 years later, my biological mother We
Nice to
found
meet
each
you.
other. Nice to meet me. Nice to meet you too.
Right.
So my mother and I were separated for 36 years, and we have known each other now for 35 years. And next year, it will be 36 years that my mother and I have had a relationship. And next year, how old will you be, Mom?
Next year in 2023, I'll be 90 years old.
90 years old. So we will be celebrating 30 years of a reunion the same year that she will be celebrating her 90th birthday. What a wonderful, wonderful blessing. So as I was sharing with my mother what my day was like here in Petersburg, she too grew up in Petersburg, and I wanted her to share with you a little bit of what Petersburg was like for her when she grew up in a little town called Blandford, which is a community in Petersburg.
Okay. Oh.
What kind of businesses and
Oh. Blandford was a black community that they owned everything. They had grocery stores, they had a shoe shop, they had barber shop, also had hairdressers to fix your hair. They also had drugstores, and they had all kind of business things, you know, in Blandford.
and
Also,
when you
also had a school that the kids go to.
and when you weren't in Blandford and you wanted to go shop, what could you do downtown Petersburg?
Well, you could either drive the streetcar, or else you could walk on walk from Blandford and go to the grocery stores and do your little shopping. And if you didn't want to walk, you could use the streetcar.
Ooh, they had streetcars in those days.
Yeah.
And you were telling me that there were movies in Petersburg?
Yeah, they had theaters, and they had furniture stores, and they also had barber shops. They had grocery stores. They even had grills where people go out all night and party. People sleep all day and party all night. Oh, they had a pawn shop where you like put nothing. You had nice jewelry and you want to put it in the pawn shop, and then you can go back and get it. And it also had jewelry stores. And downtown, they had a little store that had furniture in the back, and people used to go there and look for these black angels, which they don't make anymore. People would buy them and take them home and put them around in their house, or something like a souvenir.
Yes.
And also had theaters.
And where did you go to school?
Oh, I went to Henry William High School on Halifax Street. And the name of the school was Henry William. And they had another one they called Peabody High. Yeah.
Did you like school?
Yeah, I loved going to school. Sometimes I didn't want to leave, but I had to leave to go home. And we had they didn't have any restaurants in that school that I went to.
No lunchroom.
No lunchroom. We had to bring our food in paper bags. And when it was time for us to get out of school, we had to go home and eat our dinner and our supper, get ready. They had chores for us to do around the house. We had to take our bath and get up early in the morning, have your breakfast, and be ready to go to school.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was your favorite subject?
Oh, my favorite subject was art, music, and I liked to draw. That was my hobby.
So what kind of things do you like to do now?
Well, to be honest, I like to read the Bible and listen to all different kind of music. I like to dance, maybe sing, do puzzles.
What kind of puzzles? Word puzzles?
Word puzzles. I'm not too good with crossword puzzles.
Oh wow, you've been doing a lot of. You're good with those word puzzles.
And then when I wasn't doing anything, I had a little job that I had to do in the morning. I like to work in the school with the kids, you know, maybe sit with the teachers and while the children doing their little, you know, puzzles or games or whatever. And at a certain time, after they eat their lunch, they had breakfast in the morning. I go to the lunchroom and let them sit their own table, and they go up to the standing line. They have their food ready, well, and they will serve everybody, serve the kids, you know. They taught the kids to be independent while they're in school, you know, help all the other classes set the table, and when they finished eating, they had to, you know, get rid of the paper plates and put it in the trash, and they had to wipe the tables off, you know, to make sure the tables was clean. Then they had to go outside. They had like swings and seesaw, what's it called, seesaw.
Sounds like you really enjoyed it when you were, what were you, a grandmother?
Yeah, I was a grandmother. I was, you know, sit with the class, and sometimes with kids, the girls had to go to the bathroom, and they get in line, and each of them take turns, you know, going in the bathroom. We wasn't allowed to hit them or fasten their clothes or nothing, because kids, you know.
That was not a
that was not a good thing, because
right. I understand.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been good talking to you. Anything else you want to say?
No, I don't think so. I think I said everything I had to say about Petersburg and everything. You know, in the 50s, that was a good year. But
the 50s.
Yeah, in the 50s. I think if the white people had moved in and took our grocery shops and everything, we probably, but that was the old days. They gone now, because everything that we had, they destroyed it. But that didn't stop us from doing what we had to do. We still had our pride, and we still kept on moving.
Good. Well, thank you so much, Mom. It's been wonderful talking to you today. So thank you so much. It's been a beautiful, beautiful day, as I have shared with you stories about my life in a small town in the South during segregation. Shared with you my experience as a young girl going to school with other very, very intelligent students. We're going to have a class reunion in a few weeks, and sharing with you my mother, which is very special for me to share my life and share the story of me finding my mother after 36 years of separation. So you have a wonderful day, and please feel free to share any interesting stories that you have about your life.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Bye.